Welcome back again. I got a message from our new neighbours the other day, and he was talking about, you know, documenting what his deed looks like before he gets here, before things move along too far. And the thing about our friends to the south, Krispin and Lorana, they're totally new players. They had played for a little bit a couple of months ago, then stopped. But they're starting from scratch, and they don't really want too much help. Like, I've offered probably too many times, and that's all good. But they keep turning me down, and that's all good too. But living up here is definitely a game venture. It's very hilly. There's pretty much every bad animal that you can find up here. So I take my hats off to them. I think they're a couple of players that like to research and know how to play the game thoroughly, so they don't get themselves in trouble. And they want to do it from scratch with no help, or practically no help. And they came out here. They travelled all the way, obviously from the Howl. It's quite a long way because it's totally southeast of the map and in the hills. So they ventured all the way out here and found this little place a little further south of our area, and decided they wanted to start up here. Now, obviously, when they first got here, they have a token, and that's good. And if you're totally new and you want to make a deed, and you're venturing out, probably a good idea to pick up a token, a settlement form, before you go. So when you do find a place, you can throw down the Spirit Templar, and he can look after you while you're fighting, and everything, all your skills are really low, because that'll be a lifesaver. So yeah, and putting down your token, you got to think about where you want to extend on your deed. You can't just throw down a token anywhere because it's a flat area or something. You have to go, well, I want to put it here because in the end I want to have it so wide and so long. So think about it, where you're going to put your token. So you throw down your token, you grab your Templar, and then you're kind of safe, or semi-safe. And when your Templar kills things, attacks things, you get on there and you get your fight skill up while he's tanking it, because fighting skill getting up is pretty good idea. So you found your deed, you put down your token. The first thing you've got to really do is you've got to find iron. If you don't find iron, well, the other thing too is with finding your deed, try to find a deed where you know that you can access rock, so you can access iron. Obviously your prospecting will not be up, so you need to prospect areas. You can dig into your mine, and you can prospect the walls and the ceilings and stuff like that to get your prospecting up over 20, so you can actually prospect more on the outside, on the hillside, and you can see where there are different types of veins. Obviously here the rock is all up. When I started prospecting on the island rock face and the rock hills and stuff were relatively flat, so I could move around really easily and do it. Whereas living up here, especially up in the mountain at my deed, or perhaps up there somewhere, very hard to scale the walls and prospect. It's good for your climbing skill, of course. That's always a good thing when you're up here. My climbing skill's going up and up because I spend a lot of time hanging off the side of cliffs. So you dig into a mine, just like Krispin and Lorana have. And when you're it's called tunneling. You tunnel into your mine, into the rock face. What you have to do is you have to uncover the rock. So basically each corner, which is shown here, needs to be dug down so the dirt is not on it. Only then will the rock tile show itself. So from then you right click your mouse, hit tunnel, and tunnel away. It's about 50 times or something like that. Varies, up and down from 50, 47, 51, whatever, unless you have a problem and there's like a mining warning, and you end up getting 60 rock shards, and then there's a problem, something wrong with the tile next to you or across from the one you're on. So you tunnel through, and then you got to go find. Oh, he's gone a long way down here. Got to go find your iron vein. He's definitely gone a long way. I don't know if Krispin had actually. Oh, there it is. If he had actually prospected out on the rock face. I think he probably has. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 or so tiles down, along. We'll see what. A carved pumpkin and some lamps. Nice. I don't have any lamps in my mind. So basically, it looks like maybe he got up there, climbed up there, and prospected. I don't know. I'll have to ask him about that one. Which way he went. So you make your mine, you find your iron, and so then you have your nails and stuff like that. If you're not totally being self-sufficient, you could probably find someone local and say, hey, you got some iron, you got some nails. Then you can make your things like your fences and your nails for your wooden walls and stuff, so you can make your house. So the other thing you're going to need when you first start is a place to get water from, especially inland. Kind of tough. So perhaps even scope the whole area. See if you can find a deed that has a fountain, like our one does, just down in the valley, or Daz's one does. And then you need a water source pretty close, so you can go up there with your small barrel, fill her up, bring her back. The other thing is you can find out if someone has a pendulum, but you won't be able to make a pendulum unless you have gold or silver. So I had offered Krispin Lariana my pendulum, and they said no, don't want it. I thought, okay, that's okay. So they've been travelling back and forth with their barrel, filling her up and coming back. So something like a pendulum is something you can't really get straight off the bat when you're first playing. The pendulum, you right click on your pendulum and you say use when you're on a certain tile, and that means you get certain messages saying how far you are away from a water source. And when you hone in on it, some people make little graphs and stuff, like little maps to say how they're close to. You look on the wiki and they'll show you a whole thing on divination and how to find a water source. And you hone in on that, and then you can make a well or a fountain. Fountain's really easy because all you need is rock shards. With the well, you need a bucket and you need rope. So with rope, you need to forage for wemp, and when you have the wemp, you can make some rope. Other good thing about finding wemp foraging is that you can make obviously rope to lead horses. It looks like they've found another threat. 2 horses. He only had one the other day. Yeah. So these horses here are the wild ones. They just come up as old age horse or something like that. Old fat horse or something. They don't have a real name. When they breed, I think they get their first name. So hopefully they're breeding them already. I would enchant their grass, but I'm sure that they don't want me to. So I'm not going to. So yeah, you're foraging for all types of stuff and botanizing. You want to forage, you want to get cotton going so you can heal yourself up. You want to get your wemp so you can make rope, and then any other things, any other types of vegetables and stuff like that, so you can start planting and get your farms going. The further you get your farming up, the better yield you get. Now another thing that you can do is, if you know somebody that's around here, or you know somebody who is following a certain deity, you can get converted. to that deity and to follow that deity and get your praying up by using an altar like this little one here. Krispin contacted me and said, "Oh, can you convert me to Magneron?" And I came down with my little statue and converted him and his wife. And now they've been getting their praying up to 10 so they can sacrifice their rares. And especially when you're starting on new deed, you are, you're finding lots of rares, you're chopping down lots of trees, you're getting rare dirt, you're getting rare rock shards. I found you get a lot of rares. So, and you sacrifice that, and you get a lovely 99% nutrition, which is fantastic, especially when you start off and your cooking's not so great and your nutrition doesn't get up very high. Like if you're around 20 cooking or something, hot food cooking, you may get like 70%, something like that, a bit over, and that's fine. But if you have a rare and you can sacrifice something and have an altar, it works like a treat. The other thing you might want to start, if you so desire, on you want to make enchanted grass and stuff like that, or you want to follow another path, you can start praying. Start meditating. And when you get your tailoring up, you can make meditation rugs. Good way to get your tailoring up is just to make strings of cloth, of cotton, and make some cloth items and just imp them. Just keep imping them up because you get nice skill bonus just by skill gain by imping things. So then you can make your meditation rug. You obviously need to make a loom, and then you can pray away. And a lot of people follow Path of Love, but not so good for here because we're inland, there's no water source, and you need to make a tile near the water. But you can still do it. You can find somebody who lives near the water and ask if they have a love tile, and you can go there every time the questions are going to pop, and you can get your levels. Like I did on both two characters. I have enchanting grass on both. I haven't done much after that. I don't really care about it too much, but refresh comes at rank 4, and then I think it's rank 7 for enchanting grass, but we won't go on about that because I don't think they're going to work on that just now. So what else happens when you're starting off? You got to think about your digging too. Like you can only dig 3 times your digging skill, so obviously you're going to have to start off in really shallow slopes. I can't see what this one is, but I'm thinking that's like 60 maybe. Well, I think maybe he's 20 digging now, perhaps, probably even more. So you get your digging up, it goes up pretty quick. You got to make things like BSBs and stuff like that. Also, one of the things you're going to need is clay. Clay obviously is found on the coast. You can look up the map and see where the clay spots are. Travel down there because for a forge you need 11 clay and then your stone bricks, things like that. Your altar needs, I think, the same amount, 11 clay or so, stuff. And if you wanted to make rock houses, stone houses later, you will need clay, but you won't be able to make I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm just trying to think what else we need to know. Good to have BSBs. You want to store any dirt or any rock that you have so you can use it at a later date. Your FSB, like over there, any herbs and stuff you find botanizing, your cooked meat that you may get from butchering animals will go in there. The other thing they might have, I don't know if they have, is a large chest, because you can throw a bit of a sticky beak. You can throw your mushrooms and stuff like that to try to keep them from decaying. And it's pretty, I guess perhaps he's going to fill that in. I know he started the road to go around, so he can make this area more, can sculpt it a bit better for himself, or for themselves. But yeah, straight off the bat, can't really think of anything to say. If you are starting out and you want to do it totally solo, that's great. If you're starting out and you're not well versed in the ways of Worm, you may want to find a village, because it can be tough out there, and if you play for a little while and you die, and you will die, you'll end up quitting, because it's tough. And you know, it's a great game to play, we all know that, and if you give it a chance, you can really do some pretty awesome things. I'm gonna keep track of how the guys go down here, guys and girls, whatever. I always use guys openly. Krispin informs me that he's got some time off, and this place is going to change considerably in the next couple of days, weeks, or whatever. Sorry if I'm slurring, I just went to the dentist, and my mouth is still a bit numb. So, let me think, anything else? What are we talking about here? I guess another thing too is, when you first start playing, you can get, without paying, well, actually you have to pay premiums to have your own deed. But if you want to try to find what your affinity is, which affinity is, you get extra skill bonus for doing a certain skill that has an affinity. So if you do delve into lots of different skills and see if you can find your affinity. My affinity is stone chisel, so I guess that's something. I was informed by actually my friend Garrett. His is the same. And I got another friend who's has shield bash. Krispin tells me that his affinity is defensive fighting, so I guess he'll be using a sword and shield. Probably a good idea. And Lorana has blacksmithing, so that's a good one. That's the main skill of blacksmithing. So obviously she's been working on lamps and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Two, if you are doing it as a team, a pair or something like that, try to split your skills. One do blacksmithing, one do farming, one do split her up. You know what I mean. I don't have to explain you. You don't want to double up too much on your skills if you're a husband and wife team or something like that, or you got a whole load of friends. So it's always good to do something like that. I think it's about it. I covered a couple of things there. I probably missed a couple of things, but I'm recording this live, so I'm trying to keep it kind of short. But just remember, it's tough out there, and another thing you want to do is try to get your body control up to 21, so you can ride horses. You'll be able to use the horse and cart, but just to ride a horse by itself, you want to get your body control up. You can do that in a couple of ways, obviously by crafting, stuff like that, like doing your carpentries and all that type of stuff. Any type of crafting pretty much does it. A good way of doing it too is cutting trees down with your weapon. That'll get your body control up too. People like to get your body control up by doing archery as well. Making arrow shafts is a good one. Up to about over 20 or so with your fletching, and then you need to attach the arrowheads to the arrow shafts to get some more out of it. But you can switch it up a bit, work on all the different types of skills to get your better body control up. My priest never had her body control up, which is a little bit fail on my part, but I was in a rush. I was in a bit of a worm rush, so I'm slowly getting it up, doing little bits here and there. I'm only got 0.5 to go, but it's a bit of a slow process, so I'd like her to be able to ride a horse. So, saying that, looks like some ash. Someone had a campfire there. in saying that, we'll leave it there. Hopefully Crispin and Lorana will enjoy their little video on their deed. I think the deed may be called Tranquility, I think it's called. I don't think it's on the map. I don't know if they want it on the map yet. But it's a good bit of documentation. Like I said, I like to document what I'm doing, and Crispin asked me to, do a bit of video so he could go back in time and check out the YouTube channel and see where he's at. And here's our neighbours. They are our neighbours to the south. So, like to help out where we can. Also, there's a oak tree cut down. Oh well, that can't stand in the way of progress. You can see up here actually, he's moving the road. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a straight run straight down there. I hope he doesn't get too steep on his digging skill. Oh well, can be a work in progress. He can open up the new road, close the new one, the old one a bit later. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope I covered enough for you on that one. I know a lot of people know the info already, but I just mixed up a bit of being a newbie and documenting Crispin and Lorana's deed at the same time, because I thought it was pretty cool that they didn't want any help whatsoever with getting by in the world of Worm. But we'll leave it there, and I'll travel back up to the top of the mountain and get to work on some stuffs. And there was a croc down here somewhere. I guess I should go kill him. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and we'll see you later.